Stand firm in the faith. Act like men. Be strong. In today's culture, that's labeled toxic masculinity. But Scripture reveals the truth. Strength that is rooted in love is biblical masculinity. Make your choice.
Welcome back to the Choice Podcast. Red numbers. I don't know. What episode are we on now? Not 79. Let's go with the horns, Matty B. 78. 78. I've only got that wrong 50% of the time.
50.
Plus.
You've only got it right since you've been writing it on the board. And then
I still didn't do it right.
you didn't do it right.
Actually, in defense, I feel like I wrote down 79 and 80 and was corrected, so I had subconscious 79. I'm sorry. You can edit that out. Here's the thing I did learn. This is important, Josh, and we've got a couple guests with us here tonight that you guys are really going to love.
Yeah.
But we did learn something already from the guest. We've been here 78 times, and he's smarter than we are.
Well, let me just say that when you're doing a podcast show, it's important that you understand your equipment. And they say you've got to be at least 10% smarter than your equipment.
Who says that?
They do. Those people. And
I've heard from them.
What I've learned is we are not.
Yeah, no. Listen,
We've learned it over and over again.
I don't think we need to be smarter than equipment. We just need the producer to be smarter than us. Well, here we go.
There you go.
So what happened there, guy? We don't pick on Matty B a lot.
77.
Why didn't you dog walk us through the park on that one like it was kindergarten?
Because you bought those headsets. No, you bought these.
What we learned is there's a
all
left
I
and a
know
right.
is whoever bought these headsets did not read the instructions.
No.
And my left ear has been hurting for 77 episodes, and it feels fine right now.
Weird. And
It's
so,
the one we put back on
but I'm
after
on
the
the opposite
motorcycle
side,
thing.
so like this thing's wired and it's like, and now it's just weird. Well, I always kept it on the right side because it would keep out of my way, but now that that's wrong, I can't do that. So I'm in a real conundrum.
Now you're just going to sit there like that holding the wire.
For 55 minutes.
Math checks out on that.
But I was just telling you, Josh, man, I am smoked tired tonight for whatever reason. I was up early. I said, you know what? I'm not just going to go back to sleep. I'm going to get up, get something done. Well, I regretted that about
early.
1 o'clock.
You know what I
You said
did?
something about dogs. I just wanted to talk about that.
Doggone right. See what I did there?
We did.
That was an
Does that
accident.
come with a sound effect? That was aggressive.
You would think we'd have dogs barking for a sound effect. I went ahead and got another ICS certification.
Tell them what ICS is.
So it's Incident Command Center through FEMA. It's not
Center, ICS, Incident Command Center, ICC?
Incident Command System, I think.
System.
Sorry. I don't know what it is. I just got the certification.
We talked a lot about the Louisiana public education system, but I'm pretty sure center does not start with an S.
When I spell it,
places
it
in the
might.
country. Yeah.
I mean, you can interchange things, you know.
Very well.
Did I ever
Someone
tell
here
you?
was a Marine, weren't they?
Yes. I'm outnumbered tonight. I'll shut up. So, Josh, your ICS. What do you got, buddy?
Yeah, there's a bunch of FEMA certifications required for canine search and rescue. So I'm loading those up now before that young puppy arrives, mid-September, mid-October.
Yeah, that's really unique.
Yeah.
And small update. I was talking to the breeder.
Yeah.
And the trainer, more
Nick.
specifically. Oh yeah, Nick. I was telling them about our chance encounter with a contact of ours.
Oh, yeah.
At the federal agency that we may connect to do some of this search and rescue stuff, which is gonna be
huge.
fantastic. And he's fired up.
Well,
about
it's I sent Nick a few emails over the weekend because I just kind of wanted to recap our conversation. You know, he'd mentioned like, give me all the characteristics of your dream dog for this. And I just want to
you talked to him over the weekend?
Well, I talked to him Sunday,
Nice.
that first Sunday.
Yeah.
We've only spoken once.
Okay.
So I recapped that and just, said, hey, this is what I wanted, or whatever, what I was looking for. And while I did tell him I want a male black lab, 100%, I followed it up with, I know you also have a yellow litter coming, and I'm not hung up on gender or color. If all the other attributes are there, I'm a default to your, because he's the pro at
He's the
breeding
pro,
and
no
training. But if I had my choice, You know what I say? Every dog wants to be a lab, and every lab wants to be a black lab. So, and I think he agrees.
Yes,
So fingers crossed, it'll be a male black lab that has all the attributes. But there's about 8 different certifications, and they're not unreasonable to get, but that I'll need before I start going through the other certifications for search and rescue. So, but those will require the dog. These 8 I can get on my own before he arrives.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And you've got a few months to do it.
Yeah. So
Rock and roll. Well,
and hey, I found a boat.
No segue. We got a boat.
You have a boat.
Dogs to boats. I'm just
Oh,
looking
that's
for the
normal.
transition.
Oh yeah,
We don't really have
segue.
very
That's how
smooth
it works.
landings here. Yeah.
It's this man. A tide.
Are we talking a
tide,
big boat, a rowboat, a paddle boat, a canoe?
a John boat?
A John boat.
Tide something runners. It's a veteran organization, much like VHO, but it's all about getting vets on the water, like whitewater rafting, canoeing, kayaking, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, they don't do flat bottom John boats. And I just happened to mention this guy that I was in the market for an old one. I don't want a nice one. I want one I can throw in the yard when he's a puppy and get him used to getting in and out of the boat, where to stand, commands in the boat, take the bow, those kinds of things.
We think this is going to sniff out cadavers. We think my vote, our vote, Matty B, I'm going to tell you he's voting with me. By the way, it's voting day in Virginia. We'll talk about that in a second. Our vote for his name is Lazarus.
Ooh, I like
He's
it.
raising cadavers.
Here's a big deal in my house. All dogs have to be 1 to 2 syllable names. Lazarus doesn't meet it. However, once you find that
Lazarus.
Lazo.
Lazo.
Lazo,
Yeah.
that's
That's
not
pretty
bad.
good.
I like that.
I don't hate that.
That's not bad. Let's
And
write that
then,
down.
and then on his AKC paperwork, you could spell it out.
Yeah.
That's like Bridget and Jet, same
So
thing.
the other rules
Lazo.
are it can't sound like any command, which Lazo does not. And if you feel like you've got a good 1 to 2 syllable name with no likeness to any commands, the final test is you go to the back porch and you scream the name at the top of your lungs. And if you still feel like you have dignity, then you might be onto a good name. So maybe Holly liked Lazarus a lot too.
So I feel like you go back to the back porch and you start screaming Lazarus. So it's like almost seance-esque. You don't know what you're going to come up with.
There's something come out of
People
the back of
start
the
coming out of
garden.
the-
Like, what?
Yeah. Well, you mentioned a couple things. I
Yeah.
would like to
Anyway.
segue to our good friends. This is the clock, by the way. I'll tell us how long we've been talking. Not how much we have left because we generally make our own rules. But we'd like to introduce you to 2 of our friends tonight, right, Josh? You mentioned a couple things.
Super
Army,
cool people.
federal law enforcement, faith. These
Jiu-jitsu.
couple of, we didn't talk about that.
That's pretty tough.
It's super tough. But we'd like to introduce you to our 2 friends. If you're watching, Matty B, I can't tell the cameras. My right and Josh's right. No, Josh is right. Yeah. And so,
That's Marine Corps.
Yeah.
because I think you 2 are on that camera and him and I are probably on this camera. Is that about right? Yeah. So we just do this and then we're correct.
Okay.
But anyways, we got Kurt and Mary here. So round of applause.
Yeah,
back
welcome,
to
Kurt and Mary.
Let me tell you a little story about old Kurt and Mary, and then we're going to give them over to Mike to introduce themselves.
Sure.
Where we meet these fine folks,
Right down the
Josh?
road at Black Rifle Coffee
That's a fact.
early in the morning,
That's right.
like when the sun was still trying to wake up.
You know, we were having I think at the time it was a men's ministry meeting
Yep.
at Black Rifle, and I was just telling Pastor Tim, I said, when we saw these guys and Kurt comes over, he looked, for some reason, that our men's ministry leaders look like we need Jesus. And so I don't know what we're doing or doing wrong,
Yeah.
but we did a change.
Well, he certainly sniffed out that we were all veterans.
He did sniff that
That was
out.
the first thing he said, I believe.
The
Are
beard,
you guys
or
veterans?
the disposition. Yeah.
Something.
It was the whole ensemble.
Yeah.
The pants, the beard. You were either veterans or law enforcement.
There you go.
Yep.
So we have that veteran stink on us.
Yep.
I don't
you
mind
can't-
it.
You can't avoid it.
I don't mind it.
You really can't. But well, we met him at Black Rifle Coffee, and we've gotten to
Fast friends after that.
very fast, and we've developed a great relationship with them. But with that, I'd like to hand it over to our friends Kurt and Mary. So if you guys can, doesn't matter which order, introduce yourselves, say hello, a little bit about where you're at, maybe where you're from, how you met, and we'll get off
And
and
what
running.
you're doing here, yeah.
Well, I don't know whose story you want to go with on how we met because they vary a little
Sounds
bit
like
there.
my wife and I's.
But
Mine's the correct version.
Kurt Thomas,
Sure it is.
born and raised in Arizona, went in the Army for a bit.
What part of Arizona?
Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I was actually born in Prescott, but not a lot of people know where that is. So Phoenix, Arizona, where I spent most of my formative years. Then moved to New Jersey, went to college, got out, went in the Army. After the Army, spent some time in the Border Patrol, matriculated to other federal agencies, and just retired about, 18 months ago now.
So you're doing law enforcement for federal agencies, just retired.
Just retired about 18 months ago.
Okay, good for you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
And I'm Mary Thomas. I met him actually when I was living in Denver, Colorado, and met in Mexico while he was down there.
Working.
Border
Down there
Patrol
working.
stuff.
Working. Yeah.
I was vacationing. He was working. Met in Mexico. Moved to San Diego, and the rest is history. 8 kids later.
8
On you
kids.
guys.
8 kids.
She's a quitter. I wanted 10.
Quitter. We have 5, and I tell everybody that's what I get for marrying a Catholic.
Yeah. My house
it's
is
similar.
4 and no more. That's what we say.
4 and no more.
Or no more.
That's what we
How
say.
old is you? I don't think I knew that whole part of it. How old's your oldest?
Let my
Turning
wife answer
30
that.
this year.
Yeah.
30. And the youngest?
Turning 10 this year.
Good night. All right.
You got any girls that are 18 and 15 or
Yes.
a boy that should not come around my 12-year-old daughter?
All 3.
We have one in every age group, so
Yeah.
just let us know.
Well dispersed.
So did
Yeah.
y'all just want to buy diapers forever? Is that what y'all were thinking?
A cloth diaper. We weren't buying anything.
For 8 kids.
Yeah.
She's a champion.
That's
Man.
next level. That is
Yeah, we
next
didn't know
level.
that. I mean, we may change our buying questions here.
We got to do buy-in questions.
We do have to do them.
They
So
should happen now.
we're gonna. So we brought our 2 friends on tonight to talk about something very unique and
Yeah,
very cool
it's super
that they're
cool.
doing, and they have a lot of blood, sweat, tears, and heart and passion into.
I've been waiting
which
for
we
this
will
for a
get
while.
to.
Yeah.
But the most important thing, Josh,
The
is
buy-in
what you
questions.
just said. Now, here's the second most important thing, Maddie B. What questions do we have?
I got one
We've
for
got
sure.
a pool of 3 or 4 that have morphed over time. Some
Okay.
of them, some of. What do we think?
We're not doing the jellyfish thing.
Nope,
it's
that's
a bridge
out.
too far, but I got one close.
Send it.
It's better.
Okay.
It's cleaner.
Who's answering the buy-in question?
Well, he'll tell you.
It'll be both of you.
Ooh, both.
I'd like to hear both of you.
This is new to me too. I don't know what he's about to ask you guys. Can I answer too? Do I have?
You've already answered. We know your thought.
All right, very well.
The question is somewhat 2-part. Have you ever used or do you currently own
Goodness, I know
a
what he's gonna
bidet?
say. Oh, goodness.
We have because we lived in Japan, and it's a pretty big thing in
So you've used it too.
I actually liked the bidet
Oh,
unless it was on the women's function, because then I got a shot in
It was-
a very awkward place.
Yeah. Oh, so
Interesting.
now
I didn't
we've just
realize
learned
there was a-
there's
There's a
different spray settings.
Yes.
well, we did hear from,
Josh,
from who? From
we've been-
Gary.
What's
Was
that?
it Gary that said there was different temperature settings on
Oh,
the one he used?
Gary, he's 6'6".
You don't want to go hot.
He said
Don't
just
wanna-
don't.
Hey, look.
He said don't go cold in the winter either. Though.
Our man Kurt here isn't like a small, like
No.
you know, effeminate guy. He what are you like 6'3"?
6'5".
6'5". The man is like 6'5" and lean. He's a jujitsu guy. Both these folks are. So it's like, if you're gonna give him a hard time about this bidet thing, you might find yourself in a bad spot.
Well, you're the only one giving people a hard time about a bidet.
Actually,
I
I
liked
am.
it. I
So-
was in the bidet camp.
I'm gonna tell you something else, Josh. This whole bidet, we've been on this bidet kick for probably a month,
at least.
and it all started with an Afghan interpreter. Was it Afghan or Iraqi?
It was an Iraqi local sheikh or
who basically convinced Josh that the bidet was the way to go.
It is the way to go.
And
It
so
is.
Watch that pressure setting.
And talk about saving money on toilet
Does
paper.
it,
you go.
it can
When
knock
the-
you
Just
off.
saying.
Well, listen, when the people go crazy during COVID and they're going after all the toilet paper, you're okay.
You're
He
in a-
said
yeah,
pressure
you're in a
setting?
good place.
Pressure setting,
And temperature.
temperature, and location. All very critical.
spray location.
Hey, look, if you didn't think you learned anything on this show, you just did.
Well,
I
that's
did.
funny because now we can walk around church like in front of the pastors and just say spray location. We'll start laughing, and nobody else is gonna have any idea what we're saying.
I think we could do it way better than that saying.
I think it wouldn't take much.
All right, there's the first one. So that doesn't really, it's not a buy-in. It's mostly just an interest. But here's the real buy-in, okay? One of our actual, I guess that can be an actual too.
You get one of the
All right,
legacy-
this is for
legacy
both
ones?
of you. Did you ask her that one first? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I asked.
And
them
so,
both.
Kurt, this is for you first.
Got it. Shoot it.
Have you ever tried a dog bone?
Yeah, I think I did try one of those milk dog bones
Yeah.
as a kid, but then I tried one on accident because now they look like beef jerky. I don't know if you've seen those. And they were in our cabinet, and I started chewing on one. I'm like, these are terrible.
Don't ever buy these again.
Ostrich.
It was ostrich bone or ostrich
Well,
jerky.
You answered correctly, Mary. I would say be cautious.
Have you ever tried one?
No,
You don't.
Are
want
you
to, do
interested in?
I'm not.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. We'll let her off the hook because she knows jujitsu. I don't want to
You
push
would
my
be
luck.
shocked that answer is far minority. We learned
At
this
least for
over time.
dudes.
Yeah.
For sure.
Tried it before we made them do it. They actually did. So I would say, what's the rough numbers? 80?
I think we landed on 80% of the guys have eaten a milk bone
With-
or dog
without
food
prompting.
and/or
On
dog
their
food.
own. Isn't that
The milk
crazy?
bones aren't terrible.
No,
I
they're
mean,
not. They just taste dry.
It's an unscientific poll. But hey,
We don't do anything scientific, and when we also vote on anything here at the podcast, and the rule is, if 2 out of 3 of us vote a certain way, you're forced to vote like we
You have
do
no choice.
because groupthink is a thing here.
which
so.
by the way was today's voting, right? We're going to figure out this whole Proposition 21. Is that right?
I think it was 21. Yeah,
We've really taken a wrong turn, and I mean a wrong left turn here.
founding fathers would not be proud of it.
They would be. And they're mostly from Virginia.
Yeah.
So we'll see tomorrow the results of today's Virginia voting to find
Well,
out.
you know
We're-
what I saw
go
today?
10-1 blue as opposed to 6-5 blue.
You know what I saw today? At the poll, there's a ballot box for absentee voting that'll be open 24 hours after the voting closes. But when I went in to vote, I had to show my ID, tell them my address, do
You
all
actually
that.
had to show your ID?
But had I just shown up tomorrow and put a ballot in, nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing could go wrong with that, right?
never.
Is
Not
that
one.
at
Okay.
every location?
I don't know. It certainly was at our location just on the
Are we
road.
breaking news here? 2 weeks from now?
Do we
when
have
it
a
finally
news-
airs? Yeah.
We have a news sound.
We do have a news sound. He developed one.
He did. He has to find
There it is. See? Yeah, he has that.
voting in Virginia.
All right. So
And now back to the rest of the story.
yeah, so that's a big one, dog bones. And the other one we usually ask that we won't is if you've ever tried a pair of skinny jeans, which for the ladies is an easy one, but for the guys,
Have you ever worn them, or do you currently own a
I
pair
can
of
tell
skinny
you
jeans?
this: when skinny jeans became a thing and my kids started wearing them, I said I would be caught dead in those.
oh, okay, hey, very well.
You can't wear cowboy boots with those.
Oh,
And then-
yeah, there
Man, she's
I
answering
mean,
like she listens to the podcast.
knows.
I think.
yeah.
But I have, and I do like them.
Well,
That's
You
normal.
can wear cowboy boots with them.
Oh,
You
you,
know-
actually can?
They're just on the outside, but you are going to get hay in your boot.
well,
Jeez.
we have been using this buying question for so long. We actually had a guest come on the show and bring us each a pair of skinny jeans, but Eric won't even touch his or bring them home.
That's a fact.
I don't know if I'd want to see Eric in skinny jeans.
No,
Thank you, Eric.
Can
Eric
we get
wouldn't want to
you
see Eric in
the
skinny
skinny
jeans.
jeans with a dog bone in your mouth.
I brought mine home and put them
You're
on
making me-
just for the heck of it, and come to find out, they weren't skinny. In fact, they were boot cut and they were stretchy, which was kind of weird.
You're really making me think about AI right now, and I don't want to go there. We don't want any part of that. What
It's
Miss-
I
done.
can't unsee what you just said.
Are you,
It's burned into your mouth. Let's get on with this. Let's get back to what we're supposed to be doing.
what
here.
did he?
Wait, Kurt didn't answer the question.
Yeah.
I think I did put on skinny jeans. I went to a retirement and I was mimicking the guy that was retiring. So I pulled on some really tight. I don't think they were jeans. They were just skinny pants. They were terrible.
I don't know how I feel
Kind of
about
like
that
a golf
right now.
pant, and it is worth seeing.
Very
Oh.
well. So they passed, right, Josh?
They do.
Can we
pass.
get a ding or something? Pass.
So
All
that
right,
means
we're
we
in.
continue on.
We continue on. Pat, you can pass a go. The other question we generally ask is how you like your steak, and so we're not going to ask that for sake of time. But if your answer would have been anything to do with in a bag, we'd have probably had an issue. We only cook our steak over a fire or open heat till Ty came on, and then even then I might try it based on his argument, but I'm not going to stay there. You know what I mean?
And we have
And
identified
medium
that,
or less is what Josh would say. He
well,
says,
I would say two.
Yes,
No, there's
100%.
Yeah.
there's 5 ways to cook a steak: rare, medium rare, and then 3 that don't count. Is what I would.
and he
say.
says he generally says I like to eat what I'm until I'm full and ride the rest home is what he says.
I did
how he
not know
likes
you
his
could cook
steak.
it in a bag.
No,
That's
see,
a
It's
there
the
you
weird.
go.
It comes out gray. It's disgusting, and then you have to put it on the grill so that you can
Anyways.
confuse people and pretend like you really grilled it. It's actually
I've-
deceitful and
I've
it's
never heard-
unbiblical.
Yeah, it's called. We're not even gonna say that. It's a cuss word on here. That whatever that word is, I'm not gonna try to remember it. All right. Well, Joshua, this is what we came here to talk about tonight.
Bring it.
All right. So we came to so our good friends here, Kurt and Mary, they started this. Well, you know what? Before we get to that, you have a faith story that got you there. So maybe that's, if you wouldn't mind sharing that with us, because I know there's a faith story there. There's a hospital aspect. There's a flatline times 3, if I remember correctly, or at least 2. Couple. I'd love to hear about that if you're willing to chat about it.
Yeah, I'm happy to chat about it. I don't think, I mean, my wife and I have obviously talked about it quite a bit, but I don't ever think I've told the story in front of her while looking at her. So I'll try and not tear up on this because it's pretty emotional for me.
Do you need to like hide behind the curtain over there?
No, I'll be fine.
Okay.
We'll be all right.
I'll look at Maddie B.
Yeah.
Is that my prompt?
Yeah, let's roll.
So I was never a terrible person. I was just not the best person I could be for most of my life. But I was a good person, or at least I thought. And leading a Christian life. I've been a Christian my whole life, since as long as I can remember. And tried, obviously, I've had those times where I was closer to walking the walk and where I was further away. I'd like to say college, I got a little further away and then came back after that. But it just depends on where I was. But in 2017, we just moved back here from Okinawa. And I ended up in the hospital with some pretty severe issues. I won't get into what they were, but they were pretty severe.
Less than 10 years ago.
Less than 10 years ago, 2017. At that point, I ended up in the hospital. Didn't even know I was in the hospital. Mary, who's really next to Jesus, my next savior in this world, right? She got me to the hospital. I guess I was fighting her at some of the way. Anyway, ended up in the hospital, and the very next day they said he's not going to live another 24 hours. You need to get your entire family
Dang.
here. The whole family flew in.
Yikes.
I'll keep this really short.
That's crazy.
They gave me last rites. I need a lot of replacement parts put
Really?
inside me. Yeah.
It was that far.
Yeah. I've got, actually, someone took a picture of the priest giving me last rites. I'm not even
Holy
Catholic, and
moly.
a priest gave me last rites.
Wow.
So
That's serious.
That's for yeah.
they and Mary can tell more of the details because I wasn't there for them. I mean, I was there, but I wasn't conscious for them.
Consciously.
But I do remember being rolled in there, and I knew it was a bad situation. My whole family was in town.
You were aware of that.
I was aware that things were bad. I had been in the hospital for, I don't know. They said I wouldn't live through the night. I lived through the night. They were looking for replacement parts at one point. They found some replacement parts down in Richmond.
When you say parts, are we talking like organs? Or
Organs,
you mean
yeah. Organs.
Okay, so it's serious.
Grafts, all kinds of stuff, yeah. They basically had to open me up and just plug a bunch of pieces in. And so I get rushed down to VCU because that's where the donor was. God bless him. He gave up a lot of organs for me. Wow. And as a result of that, I'm getting rolled into surgery down at VCU. And I'm like, get past the main door, and everybody's outside kind of crying, praying, all the things you do when you think you might not see a family member again. And I look at the doctor and I was like, hey, just give it to me honest. What are my chances of surviving this? And he's like, if you were perfectly healthy, and you're not, you're about not unhealthy from a physical attribute, but just because I had been super sick and all the problems I was having, they said we'd give you a 20% chance, but you're not close to that.
Oh, wow.
And so interesting thing before I got
How long
in
were y'all
there.
married at this point?
17 years, right?
Golly, a
16,
long
17 years.
time.
When I was getting rolled in, she wrote on my hand right here, never out of the fight.
Okay.
I later got it tattooed on my arm. That's her writing, never out of the fight. And I roll in, and I was like, hey, that's I love that. And so I get rolled in there, and I have this conversation with the doctor, and I'm like, wow, this is a lot more serious because I've done a lot of things in my life, and you just think I'm not going to die.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, so we're going to do what we can. And he's like, I like that never out of the fight on your hand there. Just remember that you're not out of the fight. And I'm like, I don't think my wife wrote that for me. She knows I'm not out of the fight. That's to remind you that I'm not out of the fight.
There you go.
Never out of the fight.
Good job, Barry. That's great.
So
That's fun.
I'm getting rolled in there. I get this news, and I remember saying a quick prayer to God. God, I know I haven't been a perfect person. If you allow me to survive this, I will do everything in my life to be an outward person and look towards making other people's lives better. Again, not that I was a terrible person, but I didn't really focus on others.
Sure.
I didn't really always see the humanity in others. You were either helpful to me or you weren't. And if you weren't, you were someone I kind of discarded.
Yep. Transactional, maybe.
Yeah, very. Well, obviously I survived it, and I very quickly forgot that promise. I get better. I spend a couple more months in the hospital. We decide we're going to buy a house.
So you were in the hospital for a couple months after that?
4 or 5 months.
Golly.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
how old was your youngest at this point?
2.
No, not even 1. He was a baby.
If he's 10 years old and this was 9 years ago.
Yeah, he was 4 months old.
He was in a carrier.
So you both are having that in the back of your mind too, that you're facing raising babies alone.
You got 8 kids.
And-
Dad's in
and
the
you're
hospital
facing
for 5 months.
not seeing your kids grow up.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Right. And the promise meant so much to me that I immediately forgot it.
Yeah.
Right. So
Of course, yeah, I get that though. But
I couldn't wait to get out of the hospital because I'd been there so long. And so they're like, hey, we can send you home, but you're going to need home care. I had a PICC line in my neck. I had a pacemaker sewed to the outside of me. I just all these, but they're like, if you want to go home, you can go home, but you have to come back down to VCU twice a week. And that was before they redid the 95. And so it was super bumpy. And
Oh, yeah. Right.
I had, I can't remember how many, 100 and something stitches all over my body. And so every single bump, every single turn, we just,
felt
So
it
you
all
went
over.
home and did it. You actually went home.
I went home.
He did.
Holy moly.
He had to learn how to walk again.
Yeah.
wow.
I had to learn how to walk. There's a couple of things. I went blind in one eye. I had a whole bunch of other issues that came on as a result of this. But anyway, so we're going down the highway like we'd done many times. And Mary would always drive in the slow lane and try and take it easy on the bumps, and people being who they are. And again, they would honk at us and go by and flash their lights and sometimes throw something out of the car at us or give you the finger, all the different machinations that happen when you're in somebody's way and they're in a hurry,
Yeah.
Especially on 95.
especially on the 95.
Yeah, people around here are real friendly.
Yeah.
That's their natural disposition. Their resting disposition is
Anger.
cordial. I was going to say cordial, but yeah, no.
Because
I was being
once you
sarcastic.
get in a vehicle, people aren't people anymore. They're objects.
Good point.
That's a
Right?
good point.
They're
That's
just
a good
objects.
point.
I mean, that's just the way it is. And I remember
There's a sermon in there. Go ahead.
going down the road and we had been down this road several times, going to the same appointment so they could check everything. And I just look over and Mary's got a tear rolling down her eye. And this part breaks me every time I say it.
That's all right, because a minute ago, when I talked about your kids being so young, I was already teary-eyed. I'm like, if you're not teary-eyed over this story, you don't have a pulse.
Yeah.
Check your pulse.
This is for real.
Yeah.
And we're rolling. I look over and I said, honey, what's the matter? And she just said, if these people knew what was going on in this car,
Yeah.
they would be so ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, she's right.
And it was like
Absolutely
that moment,
right.
God came down and poked me in the chest and said, hey, Buster, that was you.
Oh.
That was you.
Wow.
And I was like, I made
Yeah.
a promise and that was me.
Yeah.
If you were in my way, you were slowing me down, everything was about me. Everything was about me getting where I needed to be.
That's good.
And I was indicted immediately right there. And the promise came back to me. And I remember looking at her and saying, we're not going to buy our dream land. We're not going to, and we'd already bought several acres down in Montross that we were going to build our dream home on and make a life for ourselves. And right then it just came to me like, we're not doing that. We are going to take this piece of property and we are going to turn it outward so everybody else can come enjoy it because we have been blessed abundantly and we're just stewards of it. We're just stewards of the money.
There you
We're
go.
stewards of our time and we're stewards of this property. And from that point forward, we decided we were going to turn it into a nonprofit that serves veterans, law enforcement, first responders, doctors, and the handicapped.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
in all honesty, we invite just about anybody who wants to come.
Yeah,
And
they let a lot of riffraff like Dan and Christian. Dan may be coming out here for a May event, a little riffraff, but that's okay.
Yeah. He's riffraff.
He's riffraff.
He's our kind of
Dan,
riffraff.
you're the riffraff. Listen.
The amazing thing about it is, and I learned this from a buddy of mine that we were stationed in Guam with, who happens to be a Navy SEAL that was starting something. And I had talked to him and he said, hey, when I go to do something, I said, God, if this is your will, bless it or kill it.
Oh yeah,
Bless it or kill it.
Yep.
And that was, going on 8 years ago now, right? 2017.
yes, 17.
And
17,
he
89.
continues to bless it the entire way. He continues to bless it and grow it beyond. And I mean, I've got 1,000 different one-off stories of how he blesses it. And so we have built that. And as we meet people and things get laid on our heart, we go in the direction that we think it's going to be. And we just keep saying, God bless it or kill it. And so far, he has not killed any of it. He just continues to bless it.
That's good something. And I've been out there and saw this, which I could get to in a second. What I would like to know, I don't know you, Josh, your version of these events.
Was that pretty close?
Yeah, that
But in
was
terms
good.
like,
He-
yeah, I
he
mean, I'm
finally
sure
got
that
it
like
down.
your perspective and his perspective, man. Like,
His timeline of events when he tells, I'm like, no, yeah, that's not how that went. He sees things very like it happened in a very short period of time. Like, no, it's so much more drawn out. And I kept notes every day, everything that was said, and then I was reading some of these notes because he's never seen them. It's just miles of notes, and I'm reading it to him, and one of them is. Kurt just said today's the worst day of his life. And I said, he obviously forgot yesterday. That's what it said.
yeah,
That's good.
man, I can't imagine going through that as a spouse and what you had to do. But here's the
Meanwhile,
thing
you've
about
got
it,
kids
Josh.
crying who still need to be cared for.
This is
Other kids that want answers about their dad that are older.
Yeah, that's right. Because here's the thing about it, Josh, and a lot of people ask, and I think we've probably covered it on this podcast, doesn't matter, but because I'm going to do it again. A lot of people say, like, how do you know he's real? And I'd imagine Kurt and a lot of us would say, because I know that this and that wouldn't have been possible if he wasn't.
That's right.
Because I know I wouldn't have been the guy that came out of that, if I'm Kurt probably, and said, look, I'm giving it all back to you. We're now outward because I know how I was and I know how I am now. That I couldn't have done that on my own, And so this has played itself over across humanity time after time after time. And this is how he works, I think. And you guys, please chime in. But it's like he will take a terrible situation.
And glorify himself through it if you open yourself up to it.
Yeah, exactly right.
And
he will take that was there for a reason.
And I'll chime in just one more thing.
Yeah.
I have a huge ego. I used to be on SWAT teams. I used to, been to Iraq, Afghanistan, Iraq twice. To me, in my mind, I'm the man.
Right.
And that's how I used to go through the world. And it's easy for that to creep back in unless you surround yourself with, some people call it a tribe. But really, unless you surround yourself with people who have the same culture as you and cultures, people have the same values, traditions, and beliefs.
Yeah.
And you surround them because they can help keep you sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to tell you, and I don't know if you want me to go down this. I know I mentioned it a little bit
Hit
too.
it.
Do it. We don't care.
But in October of this year, things are going well, and all of a sudden, I have to go. I have a CDL, so I have to have a stress test every once in a while because of all the stuff that I went through. And I go there, and the doctor calls Mary at home and says, "We need to talk to your husband right away." And she says, "Well, just talk to me. Look, we have to talk to your husband." So they get on a FaceTime call with me at work, and they're like, "Hey, you need to come to the hospital right now." And I said, "Okay, well, what's going on?" And they're like, "Don't lift anything heavy. Don't do anything." And I said, "Well, hey, I just did jujitsu like 3 hours ago." And they're like, "Don't do jujitsu." And by the way, I know you guys say we do jujitsu. I would be remiss if anybody at the gym, can I say the gym's name?
Yeah, please.
Sure.
Enlisted 9 Fight Company, great
And
gym.
say it again.
is
Enlisted
it?
9.
Enlisted
Fight.
9 Fight Company, right on the
Beautiful.
17 here in Stafford.
Do it.
But if anybody at that gym
You
heard,
want your butt kicked? I got a spot for you.
Yeah.
well, if
If
they
heard
you
some
missed it,
folks.
he's 6'5".
Right.
no, see,
And if you got a
And he came
girlfriend or
back
a
from
wife
the
who wants
dead.
her butt kicked,
you're making it worse for me right now.
We do that.
worse.
Because I'm legitimately the rest round is what they call me. Like,
What is
hey,
it? The rest
The
round?
rest round. That's when everybody's tired. Kurt, come on.
They
let's go.
thumb wrestle.
Yeah, the rest round. So I
like that.
I tried jujitsu. I don't want to say I'm a practitioner. So
You come to Black Rifle sweaty, so you do try hard.
Mary, on the other hand, she's a gold medalist.
She's
so
a roller.
she's
You're a roller?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, girl.
Well, there's another listener. I'll say his name. His name is Hassan Wadan. Just started listening. He's excited for this episode, and he wants to know from you. I'm not a jiu-jitsu guy, so forgive me when I mess this up. I'll do it now. What line of Gracie do you follow or train? Like, am I saying this totally wrong? Is it like,
I'm sure there's lines. I've been doing it almost
fair enough?
19 months now.
Is there a Gracie line called bar fight?
I don't
That's
think
the
so.
one we
It's usually a
subscribe to.
name, like one of Hoist Gracie's
Which one
sons
is
or
the one where you
something.
take aluminum chairs over someone's back?
That's called Army or military.
Which line?
Specifically in Panama.
Which line is it you put someone's face in an ant pile?
That was in Carville, Louisiana. That was a different line.
What about the one where I got all kind of lines? Well, I have two more. What about the one where you take your fake arm off if you're an Army Sergeant Major and beat someone with it?
Also Carville.
All right.
I have a
There
thought
was
about
one
that.
more.
I needed to clarify something. So yes, he was still wearing the rank of sergeant major, but he was actually a master sergeant when that happened, and he had to separate early, medically retire from the Army, and so he joined. You're gonna love this, the Louisiana Militia, which is a uniformed. I won't call them military. They're a uniformed militia. It looks like an Army uniform, but instead of saying U.S. Army, it says Louisiana, and they give them a rank. It's usually one rank above what they were.
You're like knighted with a rank?
Yeah, maybe so. But they'll go to the range. They can, but it doesn't. They don't earn points or get paid. But he did have a paid job there. So why was there a one-armed sergeant major in the early 2000s? That's why.
Very well.
Louisiana Militia.
The only other Gracie line I know is the one where you fight dads at the pitcher's mound at a 6-year-old T-ball game.
Hey, they didn't come out, but we would have fought.
Josh is like, I don't want some of it.
I want the whole thing. He's like, you want some of this?
Holly's
I said,
wife,
no, I want the whole
pulling
thing.
him off the field. She's
She's
man.
like, this is T-ball. I'm like, yeah, well, he should have thought about that before he got out of his car and came up here.
Jacking his jaw, yeah.
So
Before he started stealing on us up 13-0.
yeah.
Josh, what a guy.
All
All
right.
right.
Not supposed to steal bases in T-ball, and he's sending his kid. I sent my kid.
And then I sent myself.
Then I took the mound.
Oh, shoot.
What's a pitcher doing T-ball anyway? Just pretend?
Yeah, you said, so
So
name of
weak.
that jiu-jitsu place was again?
Enlisted 9 Fight Company.
Yeah, that's rock and
Enlisted
roll.
9
And
Fight
I've seen
Company.
these guys.
We've met some of them.
Yes.
and
that's
they're
what I was gonna say.
legit, man.
They're guys
They're
that-
legit.
There's a few guys. Look, we have a rule in here that you qualify. Now it's good for the ladies too. You qualify your friends by one simple question: would you take them into a bar fight? And that is the determinant of like where you immediately
Well,
are
I'll
on the
tell you,
hierarchy
when
of
we-
we can be friends or not.
When we met those guys from Enlisted 9 Fight Company, I would say this. If they were the ones in the bar fight and I was on the other side, I'd have left.
There's a couple cats.
I'd have
there.
left.
I don't wanna-
You could look at, they were nice as could be, but you're like, probably wouldn't swing on that guy.
They know a thing or two.
They might know a thing or
He
two.
looks like he.
I'm not swinging on him.
Yeah,
I'm
the
going to
only
walk.
thing I'm swinging is like like I said, a chair or a stool.
Swing myself out of his way. That's what I'd be swinging.
The door to the parking lot
That's
as I'm leaving.
Looking for my ride.
Yeah. So you put together. So you bought some land. I think what is it? 280, 268.
I think we got about 260 now.
260.
We didn't buy it all at once. We couldn't afford it. A lot of it came to us again. God just blessing us, really.
So
I think we started out with 150 or so, and then from there, different neighbors would come in and say, "Hey, I hear what you're doing. Are you interested in this piece of property?" And just one by one, we kind of picked.
And
up
where's
pieces
it
of
at?
property.
So
Montross.
Montross, Virginia, which is just it's east of Fredericksburg an hour and a half max on a bad day, and it's by Dahlgren.
Yep.
Navy NAS Dahlgren. Is it NAS? No, it's like whatever.
NSF.
Dahlgren base.
Yeah, it's probably
NSF
It's a naval
support facility. And so by Dahlgren, and what's that other Army base? It's east of Fredericksburg, AP Hill,
AP Hill. Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
they call it now.
APL.
And so if you're there, if you're listening from there, you know folks from there. There are folks that could benefit from this directly. 'cause
Yeah, there's a
within
bunch of
driving
veterans
distance.
all over that area.
Correct. And if you're Northern Virginia, call it Quantico, call it Belvoir, you are absolutely within striking distance of this place. And so
Yeah.
we went out there. So with Valor and Honor Outdoors, we went out, and Ty, who you guys have met on this show, we went out there and visited Kurt and Mary just to kind of see what it was all about and how we could maybe partner up and help. And I'm telling you, it is a special place. And I didn't know what I was going to expect when I got out there. And I'm going to ask you guys to fill in the details. But I didn't know what I was going to expect. But it was way beyond. I was like, holy cow. Because you had folks camping out there, and the campsites are like well developed. It's like a developed campsite with the latrines, you want to call it, or the bathrooms. You have showers. All the thing, it's like running water. It's not just a go to the proper to a place where you can just. It's not just a property; it's a developed property. And then there's trails. You're like racing motocross or like BMX on.
We do motocross, BMX. You can ride horses on the trails. You can just go for a hike.
And I'm talking like what you say, 20 miles or something.
I think we've got about 17 miles of trails.
That's crazy. And there's shooting ranges, obviously.
Yep.
I won't tell you guys what I'm going to hunt out there this fall because I don't want all you getting in on that action. If I know you and you need to know, you'll know. But
There you go.
there's deer and there's turkeys out there. You said there's bears that come through.
Mary
I-
claims
I've
she
seen
saw
a-
a bear. I think it
yeah.
was a Sasquatch because I never saw it.
No, the only
wasn't
Sasquatch
just
was
me.
Kurt at midnight. He's 6'5", okay,
Whoops.
in a black sweatshirt. But yeah, and so it was. I mean, they got a. I'm going to hand it over to them, but there's a. I mean, they've got an active farm that's out there. They've got and the building. I would love to. So what did we miss? And I'd love to hear about.
I got a
the
couple
buildings
questions because I
that
didn't get
you're
to go out
building.
there. I got a couple questions. What's it called?
Well, the property itself we run as the nonprofit. It's called 10-7 at Big Land.
So what does
10-7
10-7 mean?
10-7 is the off-duty code for police officers. Means I'm off duty. I'm taking a break.
Nice. That's a cool name. 10-7 Big Land.
And so would you say originally we're going to call it the Big Land, and then you're like, let's add this to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we originally were calling that tract of land Big Land when we were trying to figure out where we were going to go. And that one was the largest. So we just kept saying, oh, Big Land, Big Land. And then when we were, what are we going to call this nonprofit? 10-7.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
Off
awesome.
duty.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. And so I want to, in a second, I want to get into the nonprofit and how folks can learn about it. And I want to get into an event that you all are having to kind of kick it off.
Real quick, we did
Yeah.
bring you a gift, and Josh, I'm sorry that we didn't get one for you, but
Oh, it's all right.
you don't need it.
Okay.
Eric needs it. Eric's right behind you. If you could grab that,
I hope
Real
it's
quick.
skinny jeans.
you should be
Oh,
able to.
no.
No,
Is it beard oil?
no, it's a 10
Oh,
it's a 10-7
hey,
hat.
looky here. Thank you, guys. That's great.
That is cool. Sharp looking hat too.
So it's a gray hat. It's like a trucker style hat. It says 10-7 Big Land. It's got a leather patch on the front. I like your logo. 10-7 at Big Land. If you want to see, I'll turn the camera. It's got like a tough looking eagle.
And
Can
you
you
see,
zoom in
that
on
eagle
that?
should have a cross in his eye. If you, I don't know
Oh,
how
I
well
can
it
It's
came
got a
out there.
cross.
So tell me.
Let me see that. I was just going to show the cameras. That's all.
Well,
I was
he's going to zoom in on
I
it.
can zoom in if you're holding.
all right, I'll put it back.
Can you tell me
Oh, wow.
if somebody's listening and they're interested in this, veteran, first responder, how do they find more about it?
Sure. Mary hosts our website with all of the information on it and all the events and everything we've got going on out there.
And
We've
what's
also got a
the
paintball course.
website?
It is 10-7 and it's TEN, the number 7, bigland.com. And
10,
you can-
TEN, the number 7,
Big
bigland.com.
Yeah, well, thanks, guys. That's
And
awesome.
it's got all your contact info on there, I'm sure.
Yep. Has our
Perfect.
team members on there, has our events, up and coming events, started a blog section where we can start putting some bloopers and
Yeah.
Well, you guys have some. What did I miss about what else is out there? What
So
did I miss?
I think the biggest thing, and this is one of those faith things again, is we had a group of individuals come out, several different individuals come out, and it started with, hey, it'd be nice if you had actual bathrooms with showers because we had porta potties. So we spent the money and we built actual
also known
bathrooms.
as the Mattaponi River.
That's right.
Or what is it? Yeah.
And so they're like, if you had those, our wives and kids would come out and probably stay overnight
Noted.
by us just coming out. So, okay, we built a bathroom. And those same individuals, all Christians, again, although we welcome non-Christians as well.
They're just Christians in
yeah,
waiting.
They're just, yeah. And so said, you know what? If you had a place where we could come out here and have a day of training and then stay at the same place. And I'm like, I can't build a hotel. You know, this isn't like I can't
And by
build
the
a-
way,
mean-
aren't you in military? What do you just
mean, you
bring out a
can.
sleeping bag?
Yeah, like,
Yeah, break.
And I was
you come
like-
out here to rough it.
I
like
went,
the luxury compared to the barracks.
their wives won't rough it.
yeah.
Although that's
They want
But,
to glam.
but God has deep pockets, so maybe you can build a hotel.
well, he had a plan, no, but
Yeah, so I'm glad God has deep pockets because I'm going to be needing rich into those here in a minute because I'm about out of money.
That's fair.
So Mary and I start talking about it, and I was like, "What if we built something that looked kind of like a lodge?"
Nice.
And so we got with the Villaggio Hospitality Group. You probably don't know who they are, but they own Two Silos.
Oh,
Two
yeah,
Silos.
yeah.
Silos
Silos
has a
Brewing.
very nice venue out there.
Really
called
nice place.
Brentsville Hall. And I don't know what we were doing. We ended up in that place, and I said, "This is it. This is what I saw in my dreams." And I work with them, and they let me use their great people. Let me use their architect. Let me use their design. I modified it a little bit. We went back to the county, and this is where I said, "God bless it or kill it." And the first thing I would go to the county, like, "This is what I want to do," and they're like, "Slow your roll. You got to get a perk test. You got to get this. You got to get that." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you got to get zoned properly." We went into zoning, and they're like, "No, you're zoned perfectly. You can do it." We got the perk test, and they're like, "I've never seen a perk test like this. You can build anything you want here." And everything just
course you can.
fell
That's crazy.
into place. And then became the money piece. And so I went to get a loan, thinking I was going to spend a certain amount of money. And they were like, yeah, here's what the loan is. And by the way, your interest rate will be 10% and your payment will be like $7,000 a month. And I'm like, whoa, that's not happening. But I was with the government for almost 32 years. And I'd been putting into the TSP for a little while. And so I prayed about it and I said, hey, God, do I get a loan on this? Or do I do the most foolish thing in the world and empty out my entire TSP to build this thing? And he didn't answer me. I didn't get to like do this or do that. And I was like, well, God bless it or kill it. I'm moving forward. And so I used, and if there's any federal employees out there, like, you did what with your TSP? I'd been retired 6 months and I emptied the thing. And they're like, my dad looked at me just like you are, like, are you out of your mind? And again, it's just one of those things where I have to say, I'm giving this to God and he's going to bless it or kill it. And lo and behold, he keeps blessing it. I've run into a lot of great individuals that said, hey, we're going to help you with this. We're going to help you with that. We're going to do this better for you and move it around so we can get this thing built.
Man, that's incredible.
It's going to be a 9,000 square foot event hall with rooms upstairs so people can stay there. So not quite a hotel.
Dude.
But we're getting
it's
there.
legit.
We're on the way. So when is that lodge going to be done? Do you think?
That was going to be done 8 months ago.
Okay,
But it's
so we're
way
on track.
overdue.
We're on track.
Yeah,
Things happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I didn't know. Like,
The timbers came from Missouri, right?
That's correct. And they were cut in the Dakotas because we needed old growth for the there's like all these things.
This isn't like like put on your drywall lodge. This
not
thing's
stuff
open,
you picked up at Lowe's.
It's open like rough cut timbers, like wedding banquet. Think lodge in like an Alaska. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Like big.
If anybody
open
hasn't
wood.
been their own
It
general
needs a
contractor
moose.
before,
Not like on the wall, like a live moose, just
Walking
kind of
around.
walking around.
in the lodge.
Oh yeah.
I have made all the mistakes being my own general contractor because they're like, hey, you can save a third of the money if you do it yourself. And I'm like, how hard could it be? I haven't found the book Contractors for Dummies, but I could
they
write
need one.
I
You
could
could
write.
write.
I
You
could
should
write.
write one.
I could write.
That's funny.
So if anybody's getting ready to do anything like that, particularly in Virginia, I've got the whole skinny because one of the first things is like, hey, and I don't know how far we can get into this. They're like, hey, you need a bearing test. And I literally was like, there's ball bearings involved in this
That's
thing?
the first thing I thought. Like bearings.
What bearing? There's no bearings in this thing, and they're load. No, dummy. You need a load bearing test to see how much load that soil can handle because you're building such a big thing. We can't just do it like without that. So I had to track that person down, and they had to come from Richmond and great
Sure.
people. Again, everybody's been fantastic, but big learning curve. And all those things when you're getting ready to build something and doing the price estimate, you don't know what you don't know. I didn't know I needed a bearing test, nor how much a bearing test would cost.
Right.
And I can say that about 1,000 other things that have come up in this thing that I had no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Metal brackets. How many metal brackets do you think that building needs? Well, I couldn't tell you either, but it's over 1,000.
Over 1,000.
And they're not cheap.
And I'll bet you there's not small ones.
No, they're
No,
quarter
they're
inch
giant.
steel.
These beams are like 12 by 12 beams.
Oh, yeah.
Or 12 by
Oh, yeah.
24 beams.
Yeah,
Like,
they're huge.
Man, I'll
massive.
tell you, I think
From
that is-
Missouri, Josh, they bring them from across the country because it's the only
Well,
thing
they're
strong
old
enough.
growth from Dakotas, dude.
Yes.
This is legit. I think
Now you
this
got the
is
environmentalists hating me. Why are you cutting down old growth for this thing?
You gotta
No.
see it. It's worth it.
They were old growth that were dying, is what I understand.
There
they
we
were going
go.
to be dead anyway.
There we
Well,
go.
they're dead now.
But they'll be
Dead now.
memorialized forever in this place.
That's a great point.
The cool thing, though, is, it's a lot for people to say, I'm a Christian. And I'm a Christian and I go to church sometimes. Like that's oftentimes where we put a cap on things. But I'm not a Christian with my retirement.
Ooh, great point.
Or if God says, hey, I want you to leave that job, and I'm not going to make it real clear how your finances will be cared for. You guys have put it out there. You've put what was at one point probably a very comfortable future in God's hands and said, okay, look, I'm going to be faithful with what you gave me, and I'm just going to trust that you'll be faithful with me now. And you put it out there. Man, that in itself is a testimony, not to mention all the other stuff you guys have walked through as a family with, your I don't know what you call it, health crisis episode that happened in 2017. What a testimony. God's stacking it up for you guys.
So I want to be clear. You're making it sound a lot easier than it is.
Sure.
As far as being faithful, because we agonized over the TSP for a long time. Just
Sure.
agonized, like, what are we doing here? What is this what we should be doing? So I like to think that I'm exactly as you're describing, just a Christian that's going to put all my faith in God every day, and I'm going to do it and we'll see how it works. I agonized and prayed about it and talked with people and discussed it. And
I think that's real
Everybody-
life. That's how it works.
Yeah,
though.
and
Yeah,
everybody I talked to was like,
Reality.
that's insane. Don't do that. My dad, why would you do that? And he's 83. He's from the school. You work 40 years, you get that. And then you rest on your retirement income, whatever that is. And so it was difficult. And just to circle back to a thing on that, because we all as people sometimes, well, I don't want to speak for everybody. I, as an individual with a huge ego, have to tamp that down quite a bit. And God brings me back to where I need to be through events. And I started talking about this a little earlier, and it's the 2 Corinthians 12:9.
Yeah.
Do you want to get into that or no? I know
Sure,
we're-
send
Sure,
it.
we got time.
We
got
do what
time.
we want. We make the rules here.
And we break them here.
So back in
Yeah,
October,
we don't even have rules. We
No,
would
we
have
don't.
to make them to be able to break them.
Right. But if we had them, we'd break
We
them.
just
just
roll.
break 'em?
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. So
yeah.
Let's
I'll
go.
get
Let's
into this
roll.
and you stop or ask questions. But I mean,
Okay.
this was one of those things where, everybody's like, does God really speak to you? Like, do you really hear a voice?
This
And
is
I
a
can,
Here we go.
I can
Come on.
unequivocally tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt that I heard God's voice. So back in 2012, I told you I have a CDL. I had to go get a stress test. I get it. They call me. They're FaceTime. They're like, you need to come to the hospital right
That was in
now.
2012.
I'm sorry.
No, 2022.
Yeah, we
I
never
get
got to the
excited.
end
I
of
get
that
excited
story.
when I talk.
We never got to the end of that story
Which-
as to why you had to go in for the stress
Oh,
test.
I'm going to get there. This just happened last October.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This was 2025, October.
Yeesh.
So I'm piping along in life. I'm being the
guy.
restaurant for everybody at E9. I am building all this stuff. I think
Restaurant.
I'm the cat's meow on this stuff, right? My ego is starting to pop up again.
I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got to come in and don't do anything. You're on the verge of dying. Now imagine how you feel right now, and you getting a call saying you might not make it till tomorrow.
Again.
I was exasperated. I was like, hey.
I'm exasperated. Just listen to the story.
Well, I told that. So I got the doctor on the line, and I'm like, you have the wrong patient's profile. I'm telling you right now. I just did jujitsu, and they're like, do not lift anything.
Not only did he just do jujitsu, he did this stress test. He ran as if he was a marathoner.
I don't like to brag about it, but I got a MET score, if you know what that is, of 19. That's a metabolic equivalency test, and I got a 19. That's like, and again, I hate to brag about it. Look it up, but I was a pretty big deal. I got off that thing, and I was like, that's right.
Is it
I
like
just-
you're 19 years old?
I mean,
Basically,
That's what I'm going to believe.
I'm going with that.
that comes a piece of the story.
it measures out to a super athlete. So he just did this. We just did jujitsu, then went straight to this.
Well, listen, we've already established based on his 2017 episode, he's the bionic man.
I mean,
Clearly.
I am put together with duct
That's
tape
what
and
I'm saying.
electronics.
I'm just gonna say God is good.
There's
Yeah.
like, was it Marvel?
Absolutely.
Is he, what's the two? Marvel or what's the other one?
I am not. You see, I'm trying to crush my ego right now. Now you're building it up. If we could just get back down.
Well, I was
to
going to
these
put you in a comic book.
things.
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's helpful.
Isn't it like DC?
Yeah,
comics?
that's it. I don't know. Which one would that be?
That's
Anyways.
Superman.
So
Okay.
I get into the hospital and they're like, "Here's what's happening. One of your transplants is failing." And
One of your transplants is failing.
yes, it's failing, and it was I can't remember what they called it, cardio something whatever that feeds one half of my heart. That they had to put a transplant in because it was destroyed during the other surgery or something. I don't know the details. Mary can get this anyway. And they're like, and when it fails, you're a dead man, unless you're on the operating room table when it fails. So we've got to get another transplant patient donor to give you one of these, or you're done. And I was like,
This is crazy.
You have the wrong person. I'm telling you, like I was so dismayed. I got 3 separate opinions. They all looked at the imaging and they're like, come back in. We'll do another image. They did another image. Like, yeah, you're done. You're done.
And we went as far as calling a friend in Romania, a doctor friend.
That's right. Who was one of the #1 cardiologists, and they could do some mass spectrometry special thing and find out. But they said, if your doctors are all saying that,
Spectrometry. We have a rule here.
I don't pretend to know how to pronounce it.
Well, no, that's
I
a
kinda
big
made-
word.
I think I made
What
it
do we say? 4 syllables or 3?
4 or 5.
No, it ain't 5.
I think it was a particle accelerator, gravity machine. I don't know. They wanted to put me in this thing. And they were like, hey, but I'm telling you right now, that's not going to give you the definitive answer. You have to be opened up so they can actually see what's going on in there.
Oh, my goodness.
So I go back down to VCU. The same doctor's there. And he's like, I'm sorry
Bumps
this is happening.
the whole way.
Yeah. Well, at this point, the bumps don't hurt you.
You could take the bumps.
And I'm at this point, and I'm ashamed to say this, I'm angry with God.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and I'm
sure.
like, God, I have followed and done and been all these things, just a little pity party for myself and God, right?
Natural human response.
Yeah. And I'm laying in bed, and they put me in this room with another guy, and he happens to be a Christian. and he hears what's going on. And he comes over and he gives me he goes, I just got out of surgery. I can't remember what happened to him. He had something replaced. And he gives me this little wooden cross. And he's like, take this with you into surgery. This is God wants you to have this. And I'm like, all right, but I'm still angry. I'm still angry because I shouldn't even be here. I already did all this.
Yeah.
I am laying there in bed, and I'm yelling at God in my mind. And all of a sudden the words, my sufficiency, comes to me. I don't ever remember hearing anything about my sufficiency ever before in my life. I really don't. But that comes to me, and then they come in and like, hey, you're going. We're taking you in to take a look inside. So they brought me back there. I remember going under. I remember being like, God, let this be okay. I wake up and there's blood everywhere, and I'm like, whose blood is that? And they're like, it's yours. It's not a big deal. I'm like, it looks like a lot of blood.
Seems like a big deal to me.
Seemed like, yeah.
Especially if it's mine.
I was planning on keeping that.
Yeah.
You didn't.
That looks like more blood than I have in my whole body. Anyway, so they roll me out, and they're like, hey, we got great news for you. And I was like, I can't wait to hear it. And they're like, there's nothing wrong with you. Your body has, and they attribute it to jiu-jitsu, so just another shout out to jiu-jitsu, has grown ancillary road and pathways around the failing vessel, so you don't even need it anymore. But by the way, it's not failing.
It was a shadow.
It was a shadow, a remnant of one of the scars that I have that was casting a shadow that made it look like it was failing.
Wow.
But it gets better. And they're like, and here's one more thing. And nobody believes me on this, but it is in the doctor's report. They said, your insides look like a 20-year-old. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Dang.
Right?
Wow.
So I get back rolled in. Their doctors are talking to Mary. This is all coming out. And I'm like, what's this my sufficiency thing? So
So you remembered that?
I remembered it.
Like clear as day.
Yeah, I'm like, I heard when I
Incredible.
was getting
That's
rolled
the
in,
anchor point.
I heard my
he heard the
sufficiency.
voice.
So I start Googling my sufficiency.
What would it sound like? Was it just like, because people are going to ask that question.
It wasn't a voice. It wasn't like a room. Like, excuse me.
Yeah.
No, there was no room or voice. It was just in my mind. All of a sudden, I heard. I don't want to say with my ears, I heard, but I heard the voice. I can't explain it. It was a voice that was audible inside my head.
And in this, and unquestionably, that
You
was
knew it
I
was
needed to
God.
listen to that.
Yep, it was my sufficiency.
Jeez.
And I didn't have enough time to give it a thought because like
But he
3 minutes
remembered it.
after that, they were rolling me into surgery. I come out from that. I get this news. I'm ecstatic. I'm like, when can I go home? And they're like, well, just not so. We got to keep you overnight.
He's
all that
running.
stuff. Yeah. I'm like, I can't wait to go. And
I'll jujitsu everybody in this building right now.
He
if you
said,
want
I'm not the, what'd you call it? The rest what?
Rest around.
the rest
I'm not the rest rat anymore.
the best round.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Come
go
on.
with that.
Yeah.
Rest round.
Yeah. You better tell somebody else. I'm 20.
Rest. I'll give you
And,
the
and
best.
this, there was like 3 weeks leading up to this. Of just stress for the family. The whole,
Sure.
we debated telling our kids, do we put the whole family through this again? Like,
Right.
And so that my sufficiency, and I start Googling it. I'm still laying in the bed in the hospital. I'm looking, I think I put it in some
This
AI
has
model.
impacted you.
It comes up and it's, 2 Corinthians, I think it's 12:9, right?
Wow.
My grace is sufficient for you. And if you remember the story, and if you haven't, go look it up because I wrote it all down and I did a massive study on it. But it's Paul's letter to the Corinthians.
Yes.
And he's basically has a thorn, and they don't say it's an actual literal thorn
Sure.
in him,
Now
but
we're
it's a
talking.
thorn that he is like, hey, God, remove this thorn from me. And God's like, my grace is sufficient for you. I'm not going to remove that thorn because that thorn is a reminder that it's not you who is doing the works.
Come on.
You do not get the glory. Quit trying to get the glory. It's not about everything you know, Paul. It's not about all the great things you've done, Paul. It's about me.
Have you told Dan and
Lord.
Christian from 11th Hour Alliance this?
He's not met Dan yet.
I have not.
He's talked to Dan.
They're going to start
They're
throwing
gonna-
things around the room.
They're going to
when
lose.
you tell
their-
that
flip it
story,
Table, yeah.
they are going to throw. In fact, when they hear this podcast,
Yep.
they're going to be banging down the door.
Well,
Those dudes are going to get so fired up.
That was God unequivocally speaking to me through my sufficiency,
Come on.
because you know what I was doing as we're rolling down this nonprofit and we've got this great group of people. And initially when we started, I said, I don't even want anybody to know we own the land because I don't want any of the glory.
Can I
But
tell you something?
people found out, and the glory was, and I was starting to enjoy that. Oh, look at me. Look what I've accomplished. Look. And that was God's way. Like, hey,
It's not you.
you're doing my will, but this isn't because of you. And so this episode that you just had where I put you back in the hospital, that's your thorn. To remember, it's not you.
Let me
It's
tell
the
you
glory
something.
goes to God.
For those of you who have never met Kurt, That's the story he told me the first time I met him. He's
That's
not
the point.
He's not walking around hiding his faith.
Nope.
He told us that story, blew me away when I heard it the first time, and it's still just as impactful the second time. It's incredible. Y'all have a testimony that is wild, but I would say this. Let me ask you two questions real quick. Mary
hasn't said muskrat once yet, and I'm surprised.
I'll
'cause I've been
confuse
talking
myself.
We've been enthralled.
So 10-7 Big Land, it sounds like an event center, a retreat center, a conference center. Am I capturing that somewhat correctly?
It's got that attribute. What we want it to be, and our mission is to give time to come, that people that have spent their life serving others to come and make memories that they haven't had a chance to make because they're gone for Christmas and births and
so
birthdays
when you
and
say
anniversaries.
family or people, maybe I'm putting in families, are we talking like me and my wife and my 3 kids? Are we talking like my church with 50 guys?
Yes.
Yes to all of that.
Yes.
So if I work for a company that's 98.5% all veterans and we still work in the DOD and we wanted to do a company overnight thing.
Yes.
We could come there, barbecue, bonfire, shoot guns, go hiking, fish in a lake or something.
Yeah, there's a lake. He has his own lake.
If you're going to shoot guns, we're probably going to monitor you pretty closely. But yes, the rest of the stuff. You particularly if you're going to shoot guns.
Yeah, I would
If
monitor.
Eric comes out, I even though he's a Marine, I know he can shoot.
Yeah, well,
We don't have a lot of redeemable qualities. That's
So
all.
listen, our goal is because, like I said, we're not multimillionaires here. We have another section, Protocol 1 Services, does the exact same thing. And so those people who don't fall into our mission statement that want to come out and do those things, we charge them a fee. And then that goes to support veterans come out so that we can have the veterans, first responders, law enforcement, and handicap come
exactly
out.
right.
bro,
So
this is right up our alley.
There's two different Protocol 1 services, and I like to say Protocol 1 because there's only one protocol, and that's ours. And then 10-7 Big Land. So 10-7 Big Land, free to all the individuals as long as we can make it free. I mean, at some point I may run out of money, but it's God's money, so we'll just deal with it. And then Protocol 1 services and whoever.
Well, he'll just need to pay his bills then.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, but yes to all your questions.
Man, that's an incredible opportunity that you guys are affording a lot of people. And I think you mentioned also, and because you're also law enforcement retired, we've just really experienced over the last 78 episodes and meeting people, the level of first responders, not just law enforcement, but even EMTs
Yes.
and firemen that are struggling with undiagnosed PTSD.
100%.
These men and women are seeing the worst of people on their worst day. That's
Every
that's
day.
their everyday
Yeah.
daily routine. Where the military, yeah, we do get those bad moments, but we're not doing that. And I'm not knocking what we did in the military by any stretch, but it wasn't like that every day. For first responders, no matter where you fall in that first responder category, whether you are riding in an ambulance, whether you're riding in a police car, whatever the case, you're an investigator and knocking microphones over, whatever you do, those men and women are exposed to the worst things in
You're
society.
being called in because somebody's having a bad
and they need help.
bad.
And you're supposed to be the voice of calm and then go home and be okay with that every day, year after year. You know,
and pretend it's okay.
man, that's super cool. And I think it's super cool that y'all invite first responders into that family that y'all have as well.
100%.
Because
100%.
man, that is an area that is equally, if not more, at need of support.
That's a great point because there's a lot of first responders that listen to this in the Northern Virginia area.
Yeah.
Call it Spotsylvania Fire, Fredericksburg,
Yeah.
Loudoun County, whatever it is. That could take advantage of what you all have and what you're all offering out there. And so if that's them, and I know the last thing we'll talk about is that event coming up.
Sure.
If you're looking for a way to explore it and see what they've got going on, it's going to be awesome out there. And so if one of those groups want to find this, 10 TEN the number 7 bigland.com.
Yes.
Or and on there it'll tell you how to get a hold of you guys.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
if you want to if you're welcome to email the show, okay?
Yeah, we'll put you in touch
show
with
at
them.
gmail.com, and I'll just forward it right to them.
That's right.
That's easy. So there's a lot of ways to do that, but go to their website or just email us. Text me if you got my number, Josh, and we'll get you in contact with these folks. And I think that's fantastic. And so you have an event coming up. You want to tell
We
us
do.
about that?
So 10-7 Big Land is hosting an
And
event.
we'll put it in the description so they have it. You can click on it there.
I am not, I'm showing my age here a little bit, great at Instagram. So I don't have the...
You flatlined. Does that start over? Does that mean...
You know
We didn't even hit that
I
yet.
got younger parts, so...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I should be able to...
So what are you
So
attributing the age
technically, he's
to?
like 9, technically,
I mean...
I
when
like
you-
that.
right? He's like 9. You don't even get a cell phone. You should take his cell phone.
He's got a couple more
I'm
years,
grounded.
you know.
Yeah, be grounded if we don't watch himself. I don't know. I wouldn't talk back to her either. She's a gold medal jujitsu.
So we have the
Practitioner
10-7
artist.
Big Land Instagram, but I
Yeah.
do everything on the Protocol One Services Instagram. But they do the same exact thing. So if you go to the Protocol One Services Instagram page,
But just to be clear, because we both have friends in different communities in the military, Protocol 1 would be if there was like a SOCOM unit that wanted to get away
Sure.
and do something,
Yep.
that they would be funneled through
Protocol One Services.
Protocol 1 services,
Yes.
not Big Land.
That's right.
If there was a SWAT team or something like that, they would go Protocol 1. If it's an individual or a group of individuals or a church group or something like that, they would go through Big Land.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. But I mean,
Very cool.
Our goal is to make that land as useful to everybody as possible. So I don't want
Man,
anybody
what a
on
gift to
either
our
side
community.
to be priced out, like thinking, oh, well, I got to bring somebody, I got to pay. We'll work it out. We'll make it affordable for anybody who wants to come, because our goal is that land gets used for our intended mission statement.
Hey, we got paintball too. We didn't even
Hey,
mention
mentioned
that.
that paintball.
You said horse riding. Do y'all have horses out there?
The only horse that I ever dealt with ended up dead. So, yeah, well, I
We
don't
might
do horses.
eventually get horses out there.
Bring your own horse.
Mary had horses for a while, and then
You ever heard of bulldogging in a rodeo?
Oh, goodness.
I've heard of it. Yes,
You
Calf-
actually have
calf
a great
wrestling.
spot for a rodeo. They got this little field open.
we got
flat
bulls.
spot.
Come ride one.
I forgot about that.
We've done some bull riding out there.
You actually have?
We have.
Oh,
We didn't last long.
I mean,
we're not good.
most of my left
can't
side
wait
are
to go
fake
back.
parts
Yeah.
or screwed
Dang.
back together parts, including this left ear that's now hurting. But I don't know. It felt good
It
at
took
first.
twice as long. Yeah.
Took long.
So
Great.
we are having an event.
Yep.
Sorry, I did.
Yeah, back
we
to
are
the
having
event.
we are having an event May 2nd. It actually starts 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. If you want to come out and camp the 1st,
Okay.
There's a fun run 5K in the morning.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Unless something's
it could be
trying
a
to kill
fun.
me.
It could be a
Running's
fun walk.
not fun.
It could be a
It's
fun
not.
walk for those. And then the music will start 11. We got 5 bands coming out. We've got food trucks. There's
5 bands.
5 bands that
Genre?
we'll be playing.
All different genres.
Yeah, little bit of everything.
Mix it up.
Little bit
It's
of
like
everything.
the mini Woodstock.
That's right. And if you want to get up there and sing, we can make time.
Oh, we got karaoke hour.
We could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, we got pauses.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, that's in the caboose though. Nobody can hear. About 10 people. We didn't even talk about the
So
caboose.
you guys
Oh, yeah,
got
we
a
did.
bull and a caboose.
We
Not
got
in the
a
same
Highland
field.
bull. Yep.
Wait, a Highland bull. Is this the Highland cow? Highland bull, like
Yeah.
the hairy cow thing?
Yeah.
Have you seen
His
this?
name's
I
Thor
don't
because
know
he's
if
got
hairy cow
glorious
is
hair.
the proper descriptor. I would say long-haired cattle. Yes.
He's hairy.
They're hilarious.
He's a furry beast and he's a gentle giant.
His name is Thor.
Thor.
Does he like it if you ride him?
No, he
No.
hates it.
Awesome.
Which is the point.
But he's
You
very
can't
friendly.
run a friendly cow. There's no,
I mean,
no
you
It
can't.
fun
wouldn't
in
be
that.
fun. Yeah.
Does he like it? I don't know. I
Thor.
don't think so. Based on how he acts,
yeah.
I would say
Based
no.
on his reaction, I'm going to go with no.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Oh boy. All right.
Well,
yeah, but
have
first,
you
second,
ever-
and third.
Have you ever thought of allowing someone to use Big 7?
10-7.
10-7 Big Land, Josh. Words.
Big 7 at 10 land. I like
Yeah.
that better, actually.
Yeah, we'll go with all of those. Land 7 at Big 10.
I'm buying that name.
Allow them to use the land, the woods, and the water to train land and water
Oh.
cadaver dogs.
Absolutely.
He would probably more than just allow it. He would champion that. I
So-
could
Well,
imagine.
I know a guy.
What cadavers
I
are
know
we
a
putting
guy.
out there? I just want to make sure I warn
we
the
don't
neighbors.
want to get into
Well,
that
first
part
of
this.
all, I was
That's an
gonna-
off-air story.
It's an off-air story. We will talk about it off-air, but I was going to ask you, all that blood that was on the floor during the surgery, what'd you do with those rats? No,
For the amount of
talk-
times Kurt gets hurt, we could probably provide that blood.
we can talk about the
We got a fence
scent,
board.
we'll call it scent articles.
You send,
leave it at
send articles.
Outstanding.
But yeah, well, look,
Let's
we'll
just say I
wrap it
have
up. We're
constant donors.
You have constant donors. I really hope we never accidentally tell that story on here. It's gonna disgust me.
It won't. It's not.
But
totally fine.
nonetheless, it's okay.
Anyway, moving right along.
Yeah. So yeah, we
Hey,
got
this is great.
It was really good.
10-7 Big Land. All right.
Yes, sir.
It's 260 plus acres right here in our backyard in Northern Virginia, near Dahlgren, not far from Fredericksburg. What did you say, about an hour away? Hour and a half at the
Oh, it's
worst?
an hour and a half, hour 45.
In the glorious northern.
Northern
Yeah,
neck of
the
Virginia.
northern
they
neck.
you could range that from Norfolk too. Those guys down there, it's probably about the same, hour and a half, 2 hours.
Man, and
That's a big Navy base.
look, you guys are offering something I have not heard of. We've got some cool nonprofits out there,
Yeah,
whether
this
it's
is unique.
VHO or Tidewater Runners, the other one. There's some cool nonprofit veteran stuff that's happening. I've not heard of anything like this.
Well, we'll collaborate with any nonprofit, and
Mm-hmm.
so if there's a nonprofit out there who's looking for a space to use, we are happy to collaborate with them.
Man, I'll tell you,
Yeah,
and
they're super welcoming. I mean, shockingly welcoming.
it's incredible. And the other thing is that I love is that very much like VHO, you're not doing it cheap. You're not like, hey, we're going to do this, so here's 5 acres, and you're doing it big, and trying to give your very best. And oftentimes people will give out of their abundance and give a little, make themselves feel good. You guys are giving all of it, and that's so cool. It's so cool, and we'll be praying for you, and I'll pray that God keeps blessing it.
That's it.
And
If he doesn't, I'll be living in a lodge.
there you go.
Yeah, so
It's a
Not
cool
bad
lodge.
place to live.
It's a cool lodge.
That's funny.
And you got a bull. Like, it's one thing to
Turn
say,
in like roller
hey,
derby or something
I own a horse, or I got a couple of sheep, or I got a couple chickens. I got a bull.
that you can ride. Yeah.
Whether he likes it or not,
Whether
you
he
can
likes
give
it
it
or
a
not.
try.
All right. Well,
Gotta
we're
watch the horns.
This has been great. We'll cut this out in sections. Hopefully, Maddie B will help you, and you guys can push it out on social media the way you want to, as
Oh,
you
yeah.
wish.
Yeah.
But we'll give last word to you all. What do you've got talk about anything you want? Whether it's 10-7 or whether it's your mission or whatever you got going on, fellas. So
I mean,
Bring us home.
if you're going to give me open air to say anything, I would just like to say none of this would be possible without Mary. Mary is the backbone of all this. She doesn't speak a lot, and I
the strong silent
Are we
type.
cheering
but
about that?
I have to tell you, like before we came in here, I'm like, I know I'm going to hog the microphone, and I'm sorry, just say muskrat, and she didn't even say muskrat once.
Not muskrat. No muskrat.
And so
Yeah, she let
I
him go.
just
Hairy cows,
when
but no
God put
muskrats.
her in my life, He knew what He was doing because no one else would put up with me, and she does, and so
That's
I
awesome.
love her dearly.
Man,
Miss
that's
Mary.
cool. That's cool.
Well, if you'd like to meet them, you have anything you'd like to share on the way out?
God bless you all. Thanks for
right.
having us on.
Thank you. Thank
if
you,
you
guys.
would like to meet Miss Mary, the strong silent type, or either of these two fine folks that we've become great friends, and I look forward to seeing what we can do in the future together to get
Absolutely.
the gospel out and to get folks out in the field. Come find them, 107bigland.com, or you can reach out to us, the Choice Podcast Show at gmail.com.
We'll put you in touch.
The direct link to their website will be in the show notes, so if you want to
Nice.
see it on there, and look for it on social media, you're going to find it out there. So we thank you guys for coming on, and we'll have you back whenever we got some good stories in the backside. All right,
Awesome. Thank
Thanks
you
for
very
having
much,
us.
both of you.
Josh, you got anything?
Yeah, my boss Garrett listens to the show now. So, boss,
Not Pastor Garrett.
nope, different Garrett. Garrett Pagan, actually.
Okay. We have a
Next
John Gentile and a Garrett Pagan.
Next, we should have them on the same time. Next company event, Garrett, 10-7 Big Land.
There
Just
you go.
saying.
I like it. All right, remember this, friends. Men of the world follow trends, but men of the faith and folks of the faith, like our good friends to my right, your right, you can't see my left, Kurt and Mary, they follow truth.
Make your choice.